What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Rose, and I am back with another video. I'm going to be talking about a very touchy subject, not only to me, but to plenty of women all around the world. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, as there will be a whole bunch of new videos coming out. Also, go tune into all the videos that are already posted on the channel. I kind of just want to get straight into this video. I want to talk about my experience, and I just want to be able to close that chapter of my life. This video stems from my previous video, which brought a lot of concerns and questions. Why she keeps saying again? Like, what does she mean by again if this is the first we're ever knowing she's been pregnant? It wouldn't be right of me to not address this. I wouldn't feel like I'm being my normal, raw, and transparent self if I just hid it from you guys, because I could have just easily cut out me saying again from my previous video. Nobody would have ever known, but that's just not me. I want to live in my truth. I want to say my piece. I want people to understand where I'm coming from. And even if you don't understand, to just overall bring awareness to the topic of abortions. I feel like abortions is something that's not spoken about enough. I feel like abortions are very much frowned upon. Before we get into my personal experience with my abortion, I do just want to say that as godly as I am, the baby that I have in my stomach right now does not really belong to me. It belongs to God before anything else. And that baby that I aborted 6 months ago also belonged to God. Aside from how I feel about it, I still am very much pro-choice at the same time, because I just feel like in different situations and scenarios, a woman should be able to not keep a baby. For example, there's so many reasons that I just don't even want to get into, because I just really want to speak about my own experience. But yeah, so super pro-choice. I don't frown upon abortions, but in this new chapter of my life that I am in, and I'm, growing with God and following God, things be way deeper than what we feel. God always has a plan for us. So let's go way back to May. In May, I found out that I was pregnant, and honestly, I had a way different reaction than this pregnancy. When I seen that pregnancy test in May, I just immediately knew, like, no. Like, I'm not doing this. I'm not ready for this. I'm not prepared for this. This is nowhere in my 5-year plan. I knew that I always wanted to have a kid around the age of 30. I knew that I had so many more goals that I wanted to accomplish with my life. And it just didn't seem ideal for me in that moment to bring a baby into the world. So, got right to planning, got right to trying to figure out where I could go to have an abortion at, because if you don't know, here in Texas, you cannot have an abortion here. So I'm doing my research. I'm having one of my close friends help me out with it. End up booking my appointment to terminate in Florida. Get to Florida, and this should have been my first sign, but I just was not paying attention to God. I get to Florida, and they had just passed a 6-week ban. 6-week ban meaning, like, after 6 weeks in Florida, you are no longer able to terminate your pregnancy. So if you don't catch it before the 6 weeks, you have to fly somewhere else. I go to my appointment. I'm literally 6 weeks and a day. That should have been my first sign to keep the baby, but like I said, I just wasn't being obedient. I wasn't as disciplined as I am now. I didn't have the same level of faith that I have now. End up booking an appointment to Colorado, because in Colorado, you can terminate up to 23 weeks, I believe. So now this is the following week. And I just remember that day like it was yesterday. I remember being so scared in the doctor's office. I remember asking so many questions, because even though I knew that in that moment I didn't want to have a baby, I knew that eventually I would want to have a baby. And I was just so scared that I wouldn't be able to conceive anymore. I was so scared that termination was going to mess up my insides, or something was going to go wrong, and I wasn't going to be able to have babies anymore. And I was just, I was just very scared, like literally just like thinking about the worst case scenario. But I still went ahead and got the procedure done. I know for a lot of other women after abortions, like they go through very bad experiences when it comes to like maybe blood clotting, cramps and stuff like that. I didn't go through any of that. I maybe bled a little bit, but it wasn't nothing like too crazy. After that procedure, like, I was never the same. I didn't have the joy that I have now until I became pregnant again. I literally remember being so miserable after getting that procedure done. One of my closest friends, her name is Mani. She's like one of the people that can vouch for me because she was here with me a lot after I got the procedure done, and I was just so sad. Like, I just kept telling her like, damn, Mani, I shouldn't have done that. Like, I regret it so bad. Like, everything that made me miserable during that pregnancy, because that pregnancy, it was so bad, y'all. Like, I lost 12 pounds in a week. I couldn't eat. It was bad. Everything that I complained about during that pregnancy was everything that I, like, strangely missed after the procedure. Like, I'm literally telling my friend Mani, like I miss throwing up. I miss not being able to eat food. Like, I should have kept my baby. Like, I just was so regretful, and I just knew that I was going to have to live with that pain for the rest of my life. I knew that I was going to have to answer to God for that. And it just wasn't a good feeling. It wasn't a good feeling, and I didn't really have many people that I can talk to about it. I didn't feel comfortable to open up about it. So it was like a really like hard time in my life, you know? I knew that I never wanted to feel like that again. So I ended up going to go get on the birth control shot. Birth control shot is called Depo. And I'm like, okay, like, I'm gonna be safe moving forward because I know I never want to go through something like that. I never want to feel the way that I felt during that time again. Come July is the month that I conceived. I did have unprotected sex, but not only was I on birth control, I also took a plan B for like extra safety precautions because like I never wanted to go through that procedure again. As you guys can see, in August is when I found out that I was pregnant, and I just knew it was from God. He knew how bad I regretted giving up my first baby. He knew how bad afterwards I wanted to become a mother, even though that wasn't something that I was expressing because I just wasn't being honest with myself. He knew that I was thinking about it all the time. He knew before I knew that I was ready to become a mom. I just wasn't as faithful the first time around. So he said, I'm gonna give you this baby again, and you're gonna make a better decision this time. From the moment I seen my pregnancy test, yes, in the last video I cried. Yes, I was scared. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to cry when your life literally flashes before your eyes and you really be like, wow, I'm about to become a mom. Because when I seen that pregnancy test, I knew that this time around, I was gonna become a mom. I knew that this time around, abortion wasn't a thought. I knew that this time around, I was gonna make the decision that God wanted me to make the first time, and that was to keep my baby. So yeah, again, having the termination is not something that I'm proud at. Looking back, I definitely wish I would have kept my baby, but I am also so blessed and so appreciative that God placed another belly in my womb. That's pretty much all I have to say about the situation. I just wanted to live in my truth. At the end of this, I'm gonna have to answer to God for that first termination. So everybody's judgment and opinions towards it really don't matter to me. The only opinion that matters to me is God. The only judgment that matters to me is God. I've made peace with the decision that I made in May. I'm blessed to be able to carry right now. I pray that I go full term in this pregnancy. I pray that God places a hedge of protection over me and my baby, that we may be safe from harm's way. If you guys have any other questions or concerns or comments, please feel free to comment them down below. I will be answering back to you guys. As far as any hate or negativity, you guys will be blocked from my channel. I am trying my best to keep myself as sane and just as positive as possible during these next 6 months of my pregnancy. I love you guys so much. This was just another thing added on to my testimony. You guys know I like to end off all my videos with the prayer. I pray that everybody watching this video is in the best of health. May you guys have an abundance of wealth coming your way. Lord, I pray over our friends, family, and loved ones to stay safe and out of harm's way. May you place a hedge of protection over us so that we may go to and from all of our destinations safe and untouched. Lord, we want to thank you for the roof over our head, the money in our bank accounts, the clothes on our back, and the food in our refrigerator. For none of that is possible without you. So we give you all the praise and all the glory. Lord, I would like to invite you into all of our decision making. May you help us with wisdom and guidance and discernment so that we may make the best decisions for ourselves moving forward. Lord, we want to thank you for what you have done in our lives, what you are doing in our lives, Lord. Amen. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.